Welcome to the podcast series, Small Business Survival Conversations. Through our weekly conversations, we hope to provide you with strategies and insights, knowledge and expertise to enlighten you as you work to build and grow your business. Here are your hosts, Anna Steinfest and Dr. Michael Troyer.
Welcome, everyone. This is Dr. Michael Troyer and Anna Steinfest. Hi, Anna. And we're here today to provide you with a small business survival guide. And this one is based on marketing. We know it's a big topic and there's a lot to cover. We're going to probably do more than one, but today we want to focus on what's basic and fundamental as you try to market what you're offering to customers out there. We're also making the assumption that you're at an early stage of development as a business. We're also going to make the assumption that you have some sense of who you're trying to sell your product to. So we're going to start right off. And I know I'm going to go to you. What's the first thing we have to learn about marketing?
I think that one of the most basic things you have to learn is understanding your customers' problems. And by doing that, shifting your focus from selling to solving their problem. It is extremely important. This is the starting point of any successful marketing strategy.
Think, for example, that you have a car and you feel that the leather has gotten maybe a little older and it doesn't smell as fresh as you would like it to smell. You're trying to figure out if there's some way you can clean that up, wash it, scrub it, whatever, and you go online to look for a solution. Lo and behold, you may discover, as one of our colleagues did, that there's a spray you can use. You don't have to do all the scrubbing and use of sponges and other things. Here's a spray you wouldn't have known about. It's a solution to your problem. And that's why you grab hold of it and you end up buying the product. The risk otherwise, if I said, geez, tell me something that will make my leather seats smell beautiful, or if I'd come up with a couple product names, I would never have discovered this.
Absolutely, because usually when we go and think about your product or what kind of benefits you are bringing to your customers is extremely important. When you go and Google, if your potential customer goes online and trying to find your product, what kind of problems are they identifying into the Google search to find your product?
The lesson here is that you and I don't go to Google to lay out a product name and look for it necessarily. We often go to Google, I go a lot, to solve a problem. So I lay out, what do I do about, and see what comes up. That's why you, as the owner, want to focus on how do I solve a problem, not, hey, here's my product and all the features and you want to buy, da-da-da-da. They may miss you.
Yes, and one other big mistake we small business owners do is we will focus a lot on the product features and less on actually what kind of problems our product is solving. So this is kind of our first tip. Make sure that you know what problem you're solving to the customer.
And I think it's so important because, and this first piece, because we get so excited what we're going to market with our product or our service. We're so excited. We're convinced all kinds of people want us, but that's not the way they're going to find us. That's what we're saying, Anna and I. So you have to figure out their problem and fit this to their problem. Not, oh, it's got wonderful features. Boy, are you going to like this? Who knows? You might not be in front of the right people. That's our first point.
Our second point is creating targeting content. It is extremely important in the marketing world that you create content which you can deliver to your customers to make sure that they value you. And that's where creativity comes, and that's where if you bring a value to your customers will be looking for you and you can reach out to your audience.
And think again, as we related back to the first thing, you want that content on the one hand to talk about the problem they can solve using your product. So you're not talking about features, you're talking about the problem they can solve. And then you have to fit it to the nature of that customer. Is it a young person for whom this technology called Google is native? They knew about it before they were ever born. Or some of us to whom Google has come a bit later in our lives, and still we go out there to solve problems. So you've got content has to both fit me or that young person, and it has to help me understand how it solves my problems. The features I'll figure out later.
Absolutely. And then what you do with this content is you have to make sure that, it is based on the location, on the interest, age, all these different factors you have to consider. And right now, using some of these platforms, you will be able to narrow down and deliver that content to your targeted audience. And if you're lacking, now our tip is, for example, if you're lacking with some, creativity, and you would like to create some kind of ads for your product or service, don't hesitate to use some platform like Fiverr is one of them, where you can go and hire a freelancer to create that. Some other very good marketing strategies here is if you can go online and create videos. Videos right now are extremely important to highlight your business, and not only your business, but again, the benefit to the client.
And that's where how you title this video is really going to be critical. If you were to go to Google this morning and say, I want to clean the windows on my house, you might get 25 to 30 ideas in a little set of tiles on the right side. The question is, which one of those do I pick? You're going to pick them by title that's closest to the problem you're facing. So again, content, title, all those things are so important for your video to be plucked out from that whole list that they can pick from. And then, of course, probably has to be a picture of you and the solution and the product.
We live in digital world right now, so you have to be connected with the digital world. The other thing is, if you have an email list, it's extremely important. I know that a lot of us are building our email list, but one recommendation from us how to build more aggressively, or how to build your email list, is if you provide a free resource to your audience. Some of the ideas we can give you is like, if you put together a guide, let's say a free guide or a free recipe, if you're selling some recipe, and you can put together a recipe book, but really make sure that when you build this, it's truly a value of your customers, to make sure that they give you their email address.
Think, for example, of the two examples we've given. One, cleaning up the leather seats of a car. I've got a puppy, and I'm always cleaning up after that puppy. Or I've got windows to clean. I could quickly say in my video, if you want more tips for cleaning in general around your house, I have solutions to those problems. Give me your email subscription, and I'll see to it that you get a list of the other solutions that I can offer to you. That is, I'm getting their email and they're getting something from me. So we're making a trade. And that gets you that email list you're after.
And sometimes, so we will assume that you already have created the email list and you're sending newsletter to your potential customers or to these email list. Make sure that you don't bombard them with sales. Make sure that the information they're receiving is very valuable for them, more of a exclusive content, that they're the only ones who can receive that. Because again, think about from your own perspective, how many times you receive all these spam emails, and what's happening is you just delete them because they don't bring you value.
No.
Yes, I mean, you can sprinkle during this emails, you can bring them some of your offers, but majority of the emails you send out, they have to be full of very valuable content.
And I don't mind them telling me, here's a good product to use, try it out. But I'm less inclined when I think you're getting a big chunk of dollars because you told me to use that product. So it's a fine line we're walking there, I think. I think another powerful thing to have is a place for people to go to know more about you. We call it a website. And it's a landing page. And I think you need to have that available to people to find out more about you, because you want them to come back and see other videos that you might put out there. I think there are two really important marketing strategies you need to have. One is a website that holds people's interest and gets them to come back again and again and subscribe to your YouTube channel. The other is to get customers to talk about you and review you in positive terms, which means you have to work at it, have something really good to offer them, please them, because between the website and those customer reviews, that either builds a market or your market never quite takes hold.
Yes, Michael, you're absolutely correct, because the website is kind of your storefront. A lot of people will come because a lot of us will not have offices. We do have offices, but majority of small business owners, they cannot afford to have a brick and mortar location where your website is turned into your location. So make sure that you have a very good website. And on the other hand, if you have your product, you can sell your product 24/7 instead
Yes.
of, from 9 to 5. This is very, very important. And the other thing, when you're building your website, and I'm sure that if you have a very good web designer or company who is building it for you, they may be talking to you about, we call it search engine optimization. For a lot of us, sometimes it's a foreign language, but what this does is it brings a key words into your website to make sure that people find your website faster. And that turns into additional marketing, no cost. I mean, we're assuming that, you have a low cost person who built your website, but very low cost marketing advertisement for your product or service.
So you have both a website that you're getting people to go to, and that video that's helped to demonstrate how you solve problems with what you're offering to your customers. There you want subscribers who come back in to see other ideas you might have down the road. And there, again, you're trying to optimize the title that gets people to come back and see you. You're also trying to get subscribers because that moves you up that list of tiles in terms of who might come to you before they go somewhere else. So you're really working two types of marketing, websites and videos, to help you market your problem resolution, your problem solution, if you will.
And we have some resources for you, free resources or very low cost resources. If you would like, please download below. They will help you choose CRM system, we call this one customer relationship management system, where you can store all these emails there. You can email from their newsletters or some offers. All these little things you can find in some very low cost, like freelancers website. All these little things we will be sharing with you.
And by the way, don't let the concept of creating a video scare you. It's not difficult to do. You need a computer with a camera on it and maybe a reasonable sound system or a microphone, perhaps, and you're ready to go. Let me sum it all up real quick. So
yes, Michael.
We're proposing you to shift your focus from the features of your product or your service to solving their problem. Here's a problem solution we can help you with, or I can help you with. Number two, work at building that email list that you need, because that's the beginning of your marketing base. And don't forget to encourage people to subscribe to your video if you start doing a channel in the same fashion. Both of those are going to be important to knowing that you're a growing business. Third, have a good website. That's part of getting both that email list and that subscriber base going. You can have a strong website, and then you need those customers talking about you in terms of reviews, wherever that might be. That's going to help build your business. So there you have it, 3 ideas to move your company forward from a marketing standpoint in this new world, social media. Remember, every business starts small, right, Anna?
Absolutely, Michael.
But the right strategy gets every business to grow. Thank you for watching us.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Small Business Survival Conversation podcast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And don't forget to join us next week for another episode. In the meantime, hook up with us on our Facebook group at Small Business Survival Tools and Tips. Till next time, thank you for listening.